PSA, if you're looking for a Reddit channel with zero personality and zero commentary, this channel may not be for you. What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Storytime with your favorite Reddit fairy. My name is Lorna, and today we're getting into something a little bit different. I'm gonna do some r/IDontWorkHereLady, and follow it up with some r/IDoWorkHereLady. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Lady at a party demands I make her a drink. Posted by user Trashy China Woman. My friend's parents were throwing a party for high-end clients. They themselves have a huge fancy house right on the water, floor-to-ceiling windows, indoor and outdoor swimming pools, 2 bars, one in the den and one by the outdoor swimming pool, heated toilet seats, hot tubs in the bedrooms, whole shebang. Friend had invited a few friends to attend as well. However, we decided to stay away from the main event, which was by the outdoor pool bar, and just hang out by the bar in the den. There are maybe about 8 of us hanging out down there, and maybe 60 people hanging out back. They hired 2 bartenders to serve drinks from the pool bar and had a live band. We occasionally wandered up there to get a drink and would just duck behind the bar to grab drinks, but decided we could just drink from what was available in the den bar since it was loud and crowded up there. So, scene. Us. Several early to mid-20-somethings hanging out drinking around this bar. Not really dressed up like the other guests. I'm behind the bar making myself a drink. Lady in a red dress, mid-40s, aka Ms. Wow, walks in from outside and comes up to the bar. Hey, can you make me a Cosmo? Okay, sure. I pause. Realize I don't know what goes in a Cosmo. What goes in that again? She looks at me like I'm stupid. Wow, shouldn't you know how to make that? Me, not following and kind of offended by how she's talking to me. I know I've made them before, but they're not my drink of choice and it's been a while. Actually, I'm not even sure if they have all the ingredients down here. But you should know how to make a Cosmo. Isn't that pretty basic? Wow, how did you even get this gig? I was getting a bit pissy, but finally catch on, so I'm a bit testy in my response. I don't work here. I'm a guest like you. I was just trying to help you to be nice. She has the good sense to apologize and finally seemed to register that we were just a bunch of young people hanging out. Beat a hasty retreat without a drink. It was night and day how she went from being condescending to apologetic. Like, suddenly I was worth normal social niceties. Why I don't trust anyone who is mean to the help. Exactly. If you ever go out with somebody and just pay attention to how they treat the staff. And that's how you'll get a good sense of what type of person that person is. Alright, my dudes, before I get into the next video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Otherwise, I'm gonna send Karen to your house to eat all your Oreos and drink your Dr. Pepper. Lady messes with a short-tempered truck driver. Posted by user flyaway_prism. I'm a truck driver, and even a simple search of my post history will tell you I'm short-tempered and have a mouth fouler than a brothel toilet. So, here goes. So I was in a Walmart in the sticks, Wisconsin. Now, by my company's policy, we're required to wear safety vests while on duty. I had stopped for a break and was too lazy to take it off. So I'm getting some grub and snacks and pull up to the self-checkout. Cue Karen McShittycunt. Karen McShittycunt. Excuse me, where can I find extension cords? Me. Don't know, lady. Go find someone who works here. Karen McShittycunt. I don't care if you're off duty. You help customers if they need something. Me. No, I don't work here at all. Karen McShittycunt. Don't lie to me. I can see you're wearing the uniform. Me. Lady, seriously, fuck off. Not everyone who wears a vest works here. Karen McShittycunt. Huff. Well, I demand to speak to your manager. Me. And I demand you get the fuck out of my face. Yeah. By this time, attention has been got, and a manager comes over and asks what the problem is. Karen McShittycunt. Your employee here. Me. Manager. Yeah, ma'am, he doesn't work here. So she listened to him say that, but ignored me? Oh, no apology either, but I honestly didn't want one. Not the most spectacular story, but one that fits the subreddit nonetheless. Neither of us won that, but it was a thing that happens. I love these ones where they retaliate, but there's always that thought in the back of my mind, so like, did they really retaliate? I really hope they did. I just want to see this happen. Like, you don't really see it happen so much. You hear about it. It's like a unicorn of the Karen world. Okay, so let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about this one? How do you feel about these types of posts where they get called out? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's get into the next story. My aunt expects me to watch her kids. Posted by user MissTeacherLady98. So I'm not entirely sure how much this fits in this subreddit or if it's better off in another, so please let me know. But this story still infuriates me, so I have to share it somewhere. To give some backstory, the aunt in question is not my blood relative, but she's married to my uncle, and no one in my family likes her. She's selfish, materialistic, and loves spending my uncle's money. She quit her job when they got married. She had 3 kids before they got together, ages 12, 7, and 4, and frequently hires nannies and babysitters to watch them so she can go on trips / have some me time. That'll be important later on. Now to the story. It was a few months into their new marriage. Their wedding was actual hell, and that's a whole other story for another time. And we were at a family dinner at my grandma's house. A few of us, including myself, my sister, and Oma, were sitting in the kitchen talking. Oma has asked me about how college was going, and that was when Aunt joined in on the conversation. She evidently didn't know I was going to college. Aunt. Oh, you're in school? What's your degree? Me. I'm getting my associates in early childhood education. Aunt looks stunned at my answer. Aunt. Only an associate's? That's not gonna do anything. Me. Well, that's all I can afford, right? She cut me off. And education? Do you even have any idea how to deal with kids? Mind you, I have been working at a preschool for over 3 years at this point, and the last year I have been a lead teacher and had won an award from my organization. So yes, I know how to deal with kids. Me. Well, I am a preschool teacher now, so yeah. Me saying this suddenly changed Aunt's expression. This was the end of that conversation, but a few days later I got a text from her. Aunt. Hi, OP. Uncle gave me your number. I was wondering if you could come over tomorrow night for a few hours. Dinner would be provided. I was slightly confused. What was she asking me? I thought maybe she was just asking if I wanted to join them for dinner, or maybe she wanted to talk. Me. Hey, Aunt. Can I ask what the occasion is? Aunt. We would just like your company for a few hours. I reluctantly agreed, and soon enough I found myself at their house the next night. When Aunt opened the door, she was very dressed up, and I was taken aback. Was I supposed to be dressed up too? Aunt. You're late, and now I'm late. Me. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how time-sensitive our plans are. Aunt rolled her eyes at me. Aunt. Oldest child knows where everything is and can help with the younger two. And then she starts to leave. Me. What? It suddenly hit me that she expected me to babysit her kids while she and my uncle went out. I had no idea where they were going, how long they were going to be, or that I was babysitting. Aunt. Oldest can help you with anything. They're out back. She attempts to leave again, but I'm fuming at this point. I really thought she wanted to spend time with me. How stupid of me. Me. I thought I was here for dinner. Aunt. I needed someone to watch the kids. Me. Then hire someone. Aunt. Duh. That's you. You're the teacher, aren't ya? She actually used air quotes on teacher. Me. I am a teacher, not a babysitter. Aunt. Oh, come on. Your job isn't that hard. You're basically a glorified babysitter anyways. Just stay here with the kids. We'll be back in a few hours. Me. No! I yelled at her, almost crying. Months of putting up with her were finally too much. Aunt. Excuse me? I was gonna pay for your work. Me. I'm not going to work for you. Aunt. You're such an awful teacher then. Ugh, as rude as your awful Oma. The mention of my Oma like that was the last straw. Me. At least I spent time with kids, unlike you who shucks them to anyone you can to go get drunk at the ballet. Aunt. How dare you? Me. I'm more of a parent, an educator, and a support to my classroom kids than you are to your actual kids. Find someone else to watch your whiny brats, and maybe fucking ask them first. I stormed out, the altercation not even lasting 10 minutes. Once back in my car, I drove off as fast as I could before parking at a local grocery store and called my Oma sobbing. I felt so frustrated and upset as well as stupid for thinking my aunt and uncle wanted me to spend time with them. She, of all people, knew how awful Aunt is and was able to calm me down enough and offered to have me over for dinner to go over the events. We ended up laughing and making jokes about it. I love my Oma so much. I haven't talked to Aunt in months now, and I'm totally okay with that. Oh my, this belongs in entitled parents, definitely. That's the level of entitlement is insane with this aunt. Like, why, if, like, I have no words for this. This OP reacted exactly like I probably would have as well. Like, be honest. If you want, ask them to babysit. Don't say, oh, you're coming over for dinner. We're going to have dinner together. It's going to be wonderful. And then, like, take off as soon as they get there. What the fuck is that? You are a low and I feel bad for those kids. Like, if this is a real story, I feel really bad for those kids. Oh my god. Okay, my dudes. Now, let's get into some r/IDoWorkHereLady. Towing guy gets confused for an illegal parker. Posted by user Small Marshmallow. Obligatory, not my story, but my dad's intro. Context. My dad worked for a towing company, which had plenty of contracts with property owners to tow heavy vehicles that are parked illegally. Police officers patrol the properties, spot illegal parkers, and call dispatch up, which then called him to tow. My dad drove a 50-ton quick swap with the company's logo on both sides of the truck. Because of the contracts, he's allowed to park on the owner's properties if he needs to rest. Plus, it provides a good bait for unsuspecting heavy drivers. Now, on to the story. My dad was in a parking lot taking a quick nap since he had been driving for a while and it was the middle of the night. He gets a call from dispatch saying there was a private property tow that needed to be picked up. He was given the address, which just so happened to be where he was. He got out of the truck and looked around to see no illegal parker in sight. He informed dispatch of this and ended the call. Before he could get back in, a police officer then approached him. The following conversation ensues. D is my dad, and P, police officer. Police officer. What do you think you're doing? You can't park here. Dad. Yes, I can. Police officer. No, you can't. This is private property. I've just called someone to come pick up your truck. Dad. Yeah, I know you did. I just got off the phone with dispatch about it. I can't tow myself. Police officer. I highly recommend you leave, because when the towing company arrives, your truck's going to get impounded. Dad. Then they better wake up someone from day shift, because I have the biggest truck in the night shift in the entire company. Police officer. Now you're just being smart. Dad. Well, one of us has to be. Police officer. What do you mean? My dad then pointed to a sign that was at the entrance of the parking lot. Dad. Go read out that sign to me. The officer went to the sign and began reading. Police officer. Reading the sign out loud. Commercial vehicles parked without authorization will be removed and impounded at owner's expense. Dad then told the officer to read the bottom of the sign. The officer did just that and then looked at the side of my dad's truck, noticing that the logos match and then realizing the error he's made. He made the walk of shame back to his car and left, leaving my dad with a funny story to tell me once he got home that morning. Really? Really? Okay, I'm sorry. But I don't believe this. I don't, because what officer is going to see a tow truck and then say you have to move or you're going to get towed? Don't you think the first thing that cop would look at is to see what company monitors the towing for that area, for that parking lot? I don't believe this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Trying too hard. Posted by user So Many Whoopsies. I've read r/stories like this for a while. I never thought I would hear one in real life, so I had to post it. This happened to a friend I recently met, and I begged her to send me written what she told me so you guys can read it in her own words. Neither of us are native English speakers, so sorry in advance. It was like 2 years ago when I had just graduated from admin. I had excellent notes and a tendency for trying too hard. I was just hired in a big tools and utensils store to be a manager of one of the warehouses at the back of the store. I just had to see all things went well, make inventories, etc. It was a very small job, but I was so nervous, it being my first job, that I was dressed like I was going to meet the president. Like I said, too hard trying. So sometimes clients wander in the warehouse. It's not very common, but they are allowed to. Since it's a bit of a less nice area with more potential risks, we are to help them fast in order that they leave as soon as possible. This is relevant later. So I was picking items from the shelves for a catalog when a guy approached me and asked if I needed help. He was probably around his 50s and was wearing very casual clothes, plain t-shirt, denim pants, sneakers, you know the gist. At the warehouse, the carriers and helpers are supposed to wear blue aprons, but most of them don't, and besides that, there is no uniform. I didn't know the guy, but I was new, so I didn't think much about it either. Asked him to pass me a cart and started giving him the items which he helped me place in the cart. After a few seconds, he started noticing a pattern in the items I was picking, and he smiled. "Ah, you must be Laura," not real name, "the new warehouse manager." I smiled and said yes, and that I hadn't had the time to meet all the workers in the warehouse. But I thanked him and almost left since I was in a bit of a hurry. It was only for the amused way he was looking at me that I decided to stop and ask who he was. "Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm company owner." I almost shit my very nice pants. I went pale for I don't know how long, but the guy started laughing, which made me blurt a line of incoherent words, which were meant to be an apology. He laughed it off, telling me that he was just giving one of his routinely checks to the store and warehouse, and he had confused me for a client for the way that I was dressed. I bet he still tells this story and laughs about it. My colleagues sure do. I posted this on r/IDontWorkHereLady because, in theory, the owner doesn't work there. But many pointed me that this story belongs here, so here it is. That's a cute, kind of wholesome story. I'm pretty sure this happened to me before. I've had many jobs, but I feel like this has happened to me at least at a couple jobs where I was slightly overdressed. Like when I went to a job interview for Chuck E. Cheese, like to be Chuck E. Cheese. I was wearing heels. I mean, they were not like stripper heels or nothing, but like classy heels, like not too tall there, but and like dress pants. I wasn't expecting to put on a costume that day, but that's what I ended up doing, and it was horrible and it smelled really, really bad. Okay, my dudes, well, let's get into the last story of the day, and this one is called Crazy Lady Tries to Get Behind the Cash Register. Posted by user Finger Lickin' God. A little bit of backstory for this. I was 15 years old and very short, so I looked like I was 12 or 13. 15 is the legal age for people to work here as long as a parent lets them work. I normally ran the cash register and my manager was somewhat trusting in me to make sure all the money was safe. This will be important later. Our store has 4 cameras and 3 TVs. One towards the doorway, one being the counter, and one in the staff room only. This will also be important. So on a calm day, we have a customer come in. She came in with 2 shy-looking kids. I had not recognized her, so I thought she was new. We have a pretty small town, so I know most of our customers. This lady went up and down the aisles. At the time, one of my friends were in the store. He came up to me and said this was the lady he was talking about. He said that she was going to be a pain to me as she had to another coworker a few days back. I said that he shouldn't worry about it. So after about 20 minutes, she came up to the counter. She starts giving me her items. So far, so good, I thought. She wasn't paying attention to me at the time. Then she looked up. Here is all of the cast. Me as me, Crazy Lady, Manager, Friend, and Shy Kids 1 and 2. Here is how it went. Crazy Lady. What are you doing behind the counter, young man? Me. I work here, Mrs. Crazy Lady. Crazy Lady. Where are your parents? Friend. Mrs. He works here. He is 15 and is allowed to work here. Crazy Lady. You are both trying to get free stuff and steal the money they earn. Me. Can you please give me the rest of your groceries so you can leave and we can move on with our day? Shy Kid 1. Mom, come on. We need to get to the party. Crazy Lady. Shut up, SK. You don't know what is going on. I'm just sitting there watching as she screams. Friend. Ma'am, can you hurry up? I want to buy some donuts. Crazy Lady. You mean steal some donuts? My friend, whose father and mother were cops, was taken aback. Friend. Ma'am, I'm not trying to be mean, but now you're trying to make me a dishonor towards my family's history. Crazy Lady. Get this filthy friend of yours out here before I have an actual employee and get you arrested. Shy Kid 2. Mom, come on, you do this everywhere to some kid in the neighborhood. It's embarrassing and you still haven't learned your lesson. Shy Kid 2 looked about 14, around the age where I started thinking about getting a job here. Crazy Lady. I will show you both how right I am, and you should both let me and Mom take care of business. Me. Ma'am, I'm trying to be nice here, and... Crazy Lady. That's it. I'm getting an employee. Crazy Lady starts hollering for someone else. A coworker peeks in, but I wave him off. Crazy Lady. Is he part of your plan too? She says, gawking. No, Mom. A voice yells out, and we both look at the kids. They turn red and start saying sorry. Then Crazy Lady comes over the counter and onto the workspace. She grabs me by my collar and starts screaming profanities at me. I'm scared and panicking because I have no clue what to do. Then the manager comes out. Crazy Lady seems relieved. Crazy Lady. You wouldn't believe what this dumb kid was doing, she said, smirking. I stopped him before he could rob you and take everything he could. Manager. Lady, why are you behind the counter? Don't lie, as I saw you on the camera. She looked dumbfounded. Crazy Lady. You were out here. Manager. Yes, and I saw you assault one of my employees. I think she was starting to put 2 and 2 together. Then she pulled out her ultimate weapon and said, Crazy Lady. Just because he was, she said as if I was going to be fired. An employee? That doesn't mean he wouldn't take anything. It's not like you have a camera pointed over here so you can see him. Now I was working with this manager for around 6 months, so he knew that I hadn't been stealing money. This is why he trusted me with the register. Manager. He wouldn't steal a single cent as he is too paranoid on what would happen. Crazy Lady. What if he was just using it as a disguise? Manager. Then he is pretty good at acting and should be on stage instead of here. I heard that the band doesn't care about your age as long as the person playing the instrument is good at it. Just then, the authorities arrived. Crazy Lady. What is all of this for? She said nervously. Manager. Well, let's see here. Assault of employees, trespassing, shoplifting. She put a candy bar in her back pocket, and I think that is it. Well, nothing too big at least, right? Yeah, my manager was able to crack jokes at any situation. She was arrested and I didn't press charges. The kids are in foster care until a few months when the dad gets out of jail. Crazy Lady was sentenced 3 years in court and 7 years of community service. I do feel bad for the kids as they seem to not be a devil like their mother was. TLDR, Crazy Lady doesn't think I work there, so she jumps the counter and gets in an argument with the manager. Edit. Other coworker is pressing charges on her. Turned out she had verbally abused her as well. Also, I have made more paragraphs. Thanks for all the help you guys are doing in the comments. Also, friend does not work there. And to help her case a bit, our store doesn't have a uniform, so maybe she got confused by that. Whew. That was a hard read, my dudes, but we got through it. I don't know if I don't get this logic. Like, you didn't see him taking anything, for one. So why do you think he's stealing? Two, if you think he's a kid, why are you attacking him? Three, like, what? What the fuck? I don't know. What do you guys think about this story? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you want to hear some more of these I don't work here / I do work here episodes, because I kind of think it's all right. Like, there's not that many people that listen to the I do work here's, but I find that neither one of them are being posted in as frequently, so it might be better to just keep mashing the two like this as kind of like a good, like, other dimension mirror image, I guess. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think below. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, please smash that like button. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications for future videos just like this one, my dudes. As always, the links to these stories will be in the description, so head on over to Reddit and show those posters some love with some upvotes. You know they deserve it. And don't forget to submit your stories. Join the Discord below as well. Lots of people in there already, you know, talking, sharing memes and jokes and fun stuff. So all those links will be in the description as well. So you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace out, my dudes.